Welcome back to Way of the Wrench, and on today's very special episode, I am happy to announce something that I've been working on in the background for about 6 or 7 months. I'm going to be building a completely brand new build series, and this time it's going to be called the Big Budget Virtual Pinball Build. And yeah, you heard me. I am building a whole other pinball cabinet from scratch right to the end, and I'm going to show you everything I can with new parts and new techniques. Lots of great stuff to fill a whole nother playlist for you guys. So I'm excited to start, so let's go. So for those of you that have just stumbled across this video and playlist, you're probably thinking, well, wait, what is a virtual pinball cabinet? Sounds pretty cool, right? Well, this is a virtual pinball cabinet. It looks like a pinball machine, but there are no actual real pinballs rolling around on this playfield. It's represented digitally, much like a video game. Now, how this is so much cooler than just a video game is because of all the cool things that we put into these virtual pinball cabinets to make it feel more realistic, more like real pinball. Everything from things like an analog to digital conversion on our plunger so we can get those skill shots. There's built-in accelerometers in our parts so that when we nudge the cabinet, we can actually affect the way the ball rolls. We have surround sound feedback with exciters and solenoids that make all the sounds that you'd mechanically hear underneath the playfield, but that are actually not really there. We've got direct output framework controlling all the LED lights so that they flash and strobe to match what's going on in the game. So that is virtual pinball. So for those of you that are just finding out about the channel today and would be excited to make one of these virtual pinball cabinets, I will post a link above to the playlist so that you can see all of the 50 videos. Yes, 50 videos that I took 2 years of my life to painstakingly make, film, and edit from a teacher point of view so that I could teach you guys without having to have any prior skills, and you'd be able to make something as beautiful as this and on budget. I made this cabinet for $1,500 Canadian. When you watch that playlist, you'll be able to understand how I was able to do that. Now, while I'm talking about this playlist, going forward for this new big budget playlist, there may be some things that are going to have to be done on the new cabinet. If I've already done this in quite depth and detail in the previous playlist, I will be posting links so that you can go watch exactly how to do that. And then I'll probably just throw in kind of like a montage and put some music in there, and you'll see that part done real quick. But that way you still can get the info if you want that I'm going through quickly in this series. So some of you might be wondering, why am I building a new cabinet when I have one right here? Well, the reason why is there's nothing wrong with this. I'm still enjoying playing on it. It looks great, it plays great, and it seems like a really big waste to just take out the decased monitor and throw it into the recycling, and pretty much the same thing with the PC. The other thing is, if I keep this like this, I can still have fun and enjoy playing this in the next couple of months while I'm doing the new build series. So I'm going to leave this for now, but for those of you that fell in love with this cabinet like I did, and you want that playlist to kind of continue, don't worry, stay tuned. In the future, there will be some other content for this build where we do upgrades and add some other toys and things like that. So stay tuned for that. All right, so what are we going to do different with this build series? Well, as the name implies, it is a big budget virtual pinball build, so we're going to be spending some more money this time. And to give you an idea, I've already purchased the playfield monitor, and it was $1,500. And $1,500 is how much it cost me to build this entire thing in front of you. So yeah, we're going to spend some more money. Now, the big bulk of this budget build is actually the monitors and the PCs so that we can run 4K, 120 hertz, and we're also going to go OLED. So we're going to spend some money to be able to do that. Now, the other thing that I want this series to be a little bit different for people is that some of the people out there don't have the space, they don't have the skills, and they don't maybe have the tools to be able to make the woodworking construction cabinet. So the next video in this series is going to be showing you guys how to put a flat pack kit together, and that'll be just a different kind of way of showing you how to make a pinball cabinet. So another cool thing that happened 6 or 7 months ago on Facebook was that I was on the virtual pinball group, and I made a comment on somebody's post about, hey, that would be kind of cool to put into my next build. And from that one comment, I ended up having 4 different companies reach out to me saying, hey, we've got some really cool product and we would love for you to make some videos showing people how to make it and install it and configure it. So I'm pleased to announce that this build is also sponsored by a bunch of companies. Super sweet. So, like I mentioned before, I've got a deluxe flat pack coming from Lance at pinballcabinets.com. I've got a whole bunch of boards and parts coming from L'Atelier d'Arnoz. I hope I'm saying that okay. Excuse my French if I didn't. Arno's got a great new board called Dude's Cab that I'm really excited, and I'll be able to show you how to put that in. I also have a bunch of stuff coming from Philip at Cleveland Software, including a brand new SSF kit he's working on, and all of the stuff to put in solenoids this time, and a bunch of lighting stuff as well. So really excited to show you guys all this stuff. Now, if there's any companies out there that would like to get some promotion and would like to sponsor some parts for this build, feel free to drop me a message. Use the Instagram down in the video description below if you want to help me out with that. So what else are we going to be putting in this new cabinet? So that's new stuff for you guys to watch and learn. Man, what aren't we putting in? I'm going to start messing around with some light bars. We're going to be putting in some strobes. We're going to be doing a HD matrix this time, so we can mess around with that stuff. I talked about the solenoids already. We're going to put in a 24-volt knocker. We're going to put in a massive shaker motor this time. We're going to be putting in MX lighting on all the buttons so that we can have them change color depending what game you're playing, including a lit up fire button in the lockdown bar. We're going to be doing some 3D printing. The cabinet's going to be a melamine cabinet. There's just going to be a ton of stuff, so I'm excited to teach it all to you. All right, I'm super stoked to get going on this build, and hopefully I've been able to pass along that excitement to you guys to be able to start watching this build series with me. If you have any questions or concerns, or hey, even theme ideas for this cabinet, put them down in the comment section below and I'll get back to you right away. And another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a list of things that still could use some sponsoring in the video description. So that way, if you have a company that could maybe help me out with that, you can send me a message on Instagram as well. And speaking of Instagram, if you haven't already, why don't you join us on Instagram, and that way you can see what's going on in the shop in between the build videos, because there's probably going to be a bunch of stuff from sponsors for this virtual pinball there as well. So, till next time, take it easy.